Cold out there, and there's no better time to head indoors. And at the City Opera House in Traverse City, they bring a variety of performances to our community. And we're joined by Executive Director Chad Lindsay to explore what is on the playbill for the end of the winter season. Welcome to the show, Chad.
Thank you, Eric. Good to see you. What's going on?
Not too much, sir. Heartbreaking weekend, super cold outside, so I know there are plenty of reasons to head
Let's
inside.
let's give you something to distract you from the bad news we got yesterday.
So, tell us a little bit, what's coming up at the City Opera House, sir?
Absolutely. You know, it's frozen out. It's really hard to get off of your couch and venture out, but there's so much going on at City Opera House that makes it worth your while. Coming up in just January and February, we have so many shows. Tonight, if you're ready to grab your coat and book right out the door, is an evening of voices to commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King. It's a wonderful choir from Detroit, the Brazil Denard Chorale, along with two local choirs, the NMC Chamber Singers and the Kids Chorale.
Wow.
That's tonight at 6:30. But then, listen, we don't stop with the choirs. Apparently it's Choir January, because then we've got the Friars, which is a subset of the Glee Club of U of M. They're coming on January 25th. Those guys are hilarious and sing a cappella music at the top of their game. Then we've got the Harlem Quartet. It's a string quartet. They are world famous, and they're coming at the end of January and the 29th. We've got comedian Paul Elia.
Yes, we chatted with last week. What a funny guy.
He is the funniest guy. He's a Detroit native. He lives out in Los Angeles now, hangs out with comedians like Matt Rife and all these people who are super popular on the online. But he is funny, and he's going to give a great show on the 31st of January. And then February is warming up too. We've got Hollywood Revisited, which is a really strange and unique and wonderful show. There's a gentleman who lives in Los Angeles who has a personal collection of old, like classic Hollywood costumes. He's been collecting them from forever, from the actual stars who wore them. And we're talking about like Judy Garland and Liza Minnelli, but also things like Superman's cape. Anyway, here's what he does. He grabs all those costumes and a bunch of really talented singers and dancers, and he tours them as a sort of museum show, and it's called Hollywood Revisited. So not only do you get to see the actual costume worn by the actual star, but you get to see it performed in the piece that they performed
Interesting.
in Hollywood. That's a fantastic show.
What a great way to explore the history of Hollywood, because you could go to a museum and look at things behind bullet-plated glass, but having someone put it on and almost embody the character that made this article of clothing famous, what an ingenious way to share the history of Hollywood.
It's a really, really unique show, and we're really glad they're coming. And after that, we've got Interlochen in, what's that?
I was just saying, what do we got next?
Interlochen in Town and their singer-songwriter showcase, which we're on like the third or fourth year of doing that now. It's very popular, so tickets are going fast. Grab yours now. This is the students and the faculty at Interlochen in the singer-songwriter department. They're going to bring all original pieces, and it's a fantastic evening. We've got Tim Kubart on February 8th. Tim Kubart and the Space Cadets. This guy is a high-energy family, children's. He won the Grammy for Best Kids Album a few years back.
Oh, wow.
This is a super talented dude. He writes or he has written music for Sesame Street. He is at the top of his kind of kids and family game, and he's bringing the Space Cadets. And that is a Saturday morning at 11 a.m. concert. So something to do when it seems like it's too cold to walk outside, and everybody's had it with downhill skiing for the moment. Come on into City Opera House.
Only for the moment. Now, whenever I pay a visit to the City Opera House, something I want to make sure our viewers are aware of is the City Opera House is available to you at almost any given day, because the space is open. You invite people to come in to, have a meeting, have a cup of coffee, and just enjoy the space.
Absolutely.
The fact that you've put so much time, effort, and passion into making this space serve the community. So often theater spaces have this exclusivity feel to them, but not the City Opera House. The City Opera House is for everyone, and it's just, that's so important.
Yeah, and listen, the doors are open 10 to 2 every weekday, and we're working on getting them open on Saturdays too. I'm sure I'm moving some things around. But from 10 to 2 every weekday, you are more than welcome to walk right in the front door, sit down, ask for a tour, come say hi to me, check out what's going on. The box office is open those days. And if you buy tickets at the box office, there's a little online ticket fee that you can skip. So
Oh.
come in, see what we've got on offer, and grab your tickets while you're here and experience a savings.
Now, Chad, how do you put seasons together? What's that process like? Because I can imagine with everything you have to choose from, it's probably difficult to select what acts are coming to Northern Michigan.
It is. And the balancing act is something that, we have 680 seats here at the Opera House. So whoever it is, we need to be able to afford the show that we're bringing. And then we have to make sure that we sell enough seats to pay for the show. So it's a little bit of a balancing act. It's a little bit of alchemy. It's a little bit of magic. What I do is I look for things that are unique. I look for things that are interesting and guaranteed to entertain. And then I try to make sure that we do a little bit of something for everybody. So we do have things like Tim Kubart and the Space Cadets that are really great for kids and families. And we've got I'm going to tease something that's coming up. If you like live puppies, stick around to watch.
I like live
Anyway,
puppies.
so we've got stuff like that, but then we also do the stuff
No,
that City Opera
no.
House was.
You just did no. That's not the game we play here. What live puppies? You can't say one of my favorite things and then but we're not going to. That's like saying, hey, Eric, somewhere there's going to be a plate of bacon waiting for you, but we're not going to tell you when and where that plate of bacon is. That is just
That's
cruel.
coming in the fall, plate of bacon. Yeah, so stuff for kids and families, but then also the stuff that City Opera House was really born to do well, and that's comedy and music and
yeah.
all kinds of live arts. So the way I do it is I find, artists and shows that really speak to me and that I think people here will be surprised by and ultimately entertained by, and then we try to work it into their schedule, because when a touring artist is looking, jumping all around the country, you kind of have to fit that together too to make sure it works out.
Absolutely.
The great thing about City Opera House is we're also a rental house, so there are a lot of companies that once I've set the schedule for the year, they come in and fill in those dates, so we have other things coming in all the time. So that's why it's so important to not only check www.cityoperahouse.org on the regular to see what we've added, but also go on there and sign up for our e-club. There's a little band when you go on the website. Click on Join e-club. We don't send you a ton of emails, but definitely send you one when something new comes in, because we don't always have a real long period of time to advertise if something comes in and it's going to be here in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
So join e-club and we'll let you know when something new comes in, and you can decide whether you want to come see it or not, but I guarantee you will.
Well, Chad, thank you so much for sitting down with us and giving us the lowdown on everything that's coming to the City Opera House as we wrap up the winter season. We appreciate you, and we'll check back in to see what's coming in spring a little bit later, and we're going to make sure all the links you need to connect with Chad and view upcoming shows and get tickets, it's all going to be available on our website, 9and10news.com, after the show today. Thanks, Chad.
Thank you. Next time we'll do it live. Live puppies. Bye.